We have all seen those videos where guys that are ripped jump into a tub filled with ice and with water. This cold plunging is also known as cold water therapy, and it has the potential of helping older generations to age gracefully and to live longer. Hydrotherapy has a potential of improving cardiovascular and mental health. In this video, we're going to check out some research studies done by Sitor K. Kunustor, Andrea Lihoski, and Jari A. Laukaken. I apologize if I completely butchered those last names, but here we go. So here we get that healthy aging is a crucial goal in aging societies in the Western world. And one of the strategies that is being used is hydrotherapy. This review that we're about to check synthesizes some of the research that has been done on this topic, including the underlying biological mechanisms through which these benefits are driven through. Hydrotherapy is a practice that has been present in ancient civilizations, including Egypt and China. I didn't know that. And there is a diverse range of hydrotherapy techniques, and each of them possess different characteristics and applications. These benefits have attracted attention from researchers, clinicians, and neuropathic physicians, and individuals who seek to acquire these benefits. The methods are here on table number 1 that we see on the screen. And we get the cold water drinking, cold water compresses, which is applying cold water or wet cloths or bandages to a specific body part. Cold showers, which is exposing the body to cold water for a brief period, usually during a regular shower or routine. Or cold water immersion, ice baths and cold water swims. Now, hydrotherapy has the potential of expanding the time that a human being is free of any chronic illnesses and disabilities that are commonly seen in aging population. For society healthy, aging can alleviate the strain of healthcare systems, decrease the economic burden associated with chronic diseases, and foster a more active and productive older population. I didn't even know that including cold water drinking was considered hydrotherapy. And look, we're gonna check the types of cold water therapy, and we're gonna go over some of its benefits. First, cold water therapy is not limited to external exposure. Consuming cold water may have certain effects on the body, such as temporarily boosting metabolism, enhancing thermogenesis, assisting with weight loss, and boosting low blood pressure, and promoting hydration. Drinking cold water may have certain effects on the body, including boosting metabolism and thermogenesis. The thermogenesis, I can see how that would work, because the body would need to warm up the cold water in order for it to make it bioavailable, which would mean that the body would need to heat up. It would need to produce heat, which would lead to burning more calories. Cold water compresses. Cold water compresses involve applying cold, wet clothes or bandages to specific body areas for a period to induce localized cooling. This technique is often used to reduce inflammation, swelling, pain of specific joints or muscles. Cold showers. Cold showers entail exposing the body to cold water for a brief period, usually during a regular shower routine. The temperature of cold water can range anywhere from around 10 to 20 degrees Celsius or 50 to 68 Fahrenheit. This form of cold water therapy is relatively more accessible and can stimulate vessel constriction, increase alertness, and possibly activate body's adaptive stress response. It shocks the body. I can totally see this happening. So vasoconstriction, I can see how the veins, would the veins get smaller or bigger? Hang on. Vasoconstriction, it would get smaller. Vasoconstriction, I'm pretty sure. It constricts, it gets smaller. With the blood vessels narrow. Yeah, so the blood vessels will get smaller. Increase alertness and possibly activate the body's adaptive stress response. So when you jump into, when you shower with cold water, all of a sudden you're usually like, and then your heart starts pumping faster. It's because it's trying to produce more heat. Cold water immersion. Cold water immersion involves submerging the body in cold water, typically at temperatures below 15 degrees Celsius, for a specified duration. This technique is often utilized for its potential to elicit physiological responses that promote recovery from exercise, induce muscle damage, reduce inflammation, and enhance circulation. So basically, immersing your body in cold water will help you recover from muscle damage produced by exercise, reduce inflammation, and enhance circulation. Wow. Ice baths. Ice baths, also known as Cold baths or cold plunges involve immersing the body in a container filled with cold water and ice, creating a lower temperature environment. Ice baths usually entail water temperatures ranging from 0 to 15 degrees Celsius or 32 to 59 Fahrenheit, depending on the amount of ice added. Okay? Athletes and individuals seeking rapid muscle recovery often use ice baths to mitigate muscle soreness and inflammation after intense physical activity. So if you are very active and you work out a lot, then it is recommended for you to engage in ice baths. Hang on. Here we go. And let's see. Now, cold water swims, cold water or winter swims. Cold water swims, also known as winter swims or ice swims, involve immersing oneself in cold natural bodies of water, such as lakes, rivers, or oceans, ranging from a few degrees above freezing to around 15 degrees Celsius or below. The International Winter Swimming Association classifies events site water into 3 temperature categories: cold water, freezing water, and ice water. Cold water swimmers often experience a rush of endorphins, enhanced circulation, and sense of invigoration. Regular cold water swims have been associated with potential cardiovascular benefits and increased resilience to cold exposure. Okay, so now health benefits. Cold water therapy has been shown to have some beneficial effects on cardiovascular. So this is a lot for us to read. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna just put these on the Google AI on Gemini, and we're gonna just put these on there, and we're gonna summarize all of these. Cold water therapy. Okay, so here we go. Cardiometabolic health, improved insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism. Cold exposure, especially through cold water immersion, has been linked to increased insulin sensitivity. So I'm assuming that if you have diabetes, it can improve your insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism. Yeah, apparently so. Yeah, we got it here. Look, especially has been linked to insulin, blah, blah, blah. This can be particularly beneficial for individuals with insulin resistance or at risk of type 2 diabetes. Cold water therapy may also help moderate post-meal blood sugar spikes. The activation of brown adipose tissue during cold exposure plays a role in this process, as fat burns glucose and fat to generate heat. Wow. But this is according to a testimonial. Unless testimonial is a magazine. Okay, yeah, so testimonial is a magazine. Okay, I'm gonna bookmark this page or this, because this, let's see. No. So testimonial itself. So I don't know what this website condones. I have never seen this website. I find it interesting that AI immediately accepts this. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. Hang on, there we go. All right, increased energy expenditure. Cold exposure can boost metabolism as the body works to maintain its core temperature, potentially contributing to weight management and reducing the risk of obesity. So you have to take that into consideration. Just know that drinking cold food or drinking cold water is not going to keep you skinny. It is a factor significant enough to be addressed directly. However, drinking cold water is not going to make you skinny biatch. Okay, it's not. Enhanced circulation. Vasoconstriction and vasodilation that occur during and after cold water exposure may improve blood flow and deliver oxygen and nutrients more efficiently throughout the body, says the University of Oregon. This can support cardiovascular health and potentially lower blood pressure. So this, again, it says it studies according to the university. Reduce inflammation. Cold water therapy can help lower inflammation throughout the body, okay? Endocrine system. Modulation of stress hormones. Cold water therapy triggers a temporary release of stress hormones like cortisol, epinephrine, adrenaline, and norepinephrine. While acute stress increases these hormones, controlled regular cold exposure can potentially enhance stress resilience over time and improve the body's ability to cope with stressors. Release of endorphins and neurotransmitters. Cold exposure stimulates the release of endorphins, dopamine, and other neurotransmitters associated with mood regulation, motivation, and pleasure. This can lead to improved mood, reduced stress, increased alertness, and enhanced mental resilience, according to the Stanford Center of Longevity. Potential impact on other hormones. Cold exposure may also affect the levels of other hormones, as thyroid-stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, and growth hormone. However, more research is needed to fully understand the effects of long-term implications for the endocrine system. Important considerations. If you have a pre-existing medical condition like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or Raynaud's phenomenon, or are pregnant, make sure to consult with a physician before you engage in cold plunging or cold water therapy. You start with short durations and gradually increase your exposure to cold water as your body adapts. You listen to your body and exit the cold water immediately if you experience discomfort, excessive shivering, numbness, or dizziness. And most importantly, cold water therapy should be considered a complementary practice to a healthy lifestyle that includes a balanced diet, regular exercise, and adequate sleep. Additionally, all of this research is still ongoing. The mechanisms through which cold water therapy functions is not clear yet. So this is for you to have an idea on its benefits and to actually find out and understand why the hell are people plunging their bodies into cold water or into ice water. Now, if you guys want more information about it, if you guys want to read the study, I'm gonna put a link in the description of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.